Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new episode of the show. Today we're taking a look at the Target exclusive McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Gold Label Fire action figure. If you're looking for this one, it is a Target exclusive and it costs $22.99. Taking a look at the packaging, you can tell that she comes in the standard McFarlane DC Multiverse package with a nice window box to let you see the figure that you're getting. So this artwork on the back of the package is from Justice League #1 from 2006. Actually, if you're looking at the cover image, you can't see her because the Justice League of America logo is covering her face. But yeah, she's right up there at the top left. Right side of the box, left side of the box, top, and the bottom. And with the look of the packaging out of the way, let's go ahead, break this girl open, and let's play. Like always, let's start off by taking a look at the accessories that she comes with. The obligatory DC logo base with one peg. The obligatory trading card featuring the same artwork that's on the back of the box. Turn the card around and you get her data file. Now in the package, she's wearing these on her hand, sort of like a flame effect piece for each hand. Now as you can see, just like the figure, this is green, like transparent green plastic, but they did add a little touch of paint to these things to kind of give like a lime green kind of dry brush over these pieces. I don't know, just gives it a different effect, really. Now for the most part, this figure is straight up green translucent plastic. The only pieces that are not translucent seem to be, well, even her face is. I guess it's darker because she has all of this heavier plastic behind it to maybe keep that from being as dark. I mean, there is some paint like on the headband over her head. Of course, the eyes and the lips and the eyebrows all have a little coat of paint on it. Again, the same kind of stuff that was on the little hand pieces. There is some dry brush like a lime green over this area too, just to kind of make the paint pop. This is not the way Fire looks normally. Of course, she looks like a human normally. This is when she's in her, fired up form, and she goes all green, fiery look to her. I'm okay with this. I'm assuming we're getting a normal Fire at some point, especially since we already have all the pieces and parts for it in place, just in green translucent plastic. It's just a matter of McFarlane deciding, hey, let's just paint up a figure correctly for the regular release. I mean, if you looking at the chest, it looks, I could be seeing things, but it does look like there's some straps maybe or right here for like a paint line. So she does have like a cover on the chest, and the way these are shaped, these are like boots because there is a cut. Well, it's not really a cut where you can articulate it, but it's a boot, like sculpted boot top to it. So all this from here down is a boot. So I think they will be doing this, and you can tell too because the way this is shaped. The bicep, this is another like a long glove kind of thing. I definitely think that we'll be getting a standard edition, like a regular painted version of Fire coming down the road. As far as this particular figure though, let's go by and start just taking a deep dive at the figure. Face looks good. Face looks really good. As you can tell, the paint kind of dry brushing on the top to give you a nice close-up look to it. I dig this. I'm a fan. I'm a sucker, really, for translucent plastic. So it is really cool. Plus, this translucent plastic kind of gives you a look into how these figures are constructed. So if you ever wanted to, if you're scared to pull yours apart and you wanted to really see how these things kind of work together, just get this figure because you can tell, you can see through and see how all the pegs align, the holes, all that kind of good stuff this thing is pretty much made out of. Kind of cool to see this. It's like an X-ray version of the figure. As far as articulation goes, her head can turn all the way around. And it's got some tilt to it. Not the best I've seen. She can look down about that far and look up about that far as well. Her arms go up at the shoulder that high. That's it. Some figures can get a little more range out of that, but this one can only get about that high. Rotates all the way around 360. She does have the Little faux butterfly joint at the shoulder, not much. She has 360 bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows get you really nice mobility. Check that out. Her wrist can touch her shoulder. There's some great articulation at the elbow. And to be honest, it's because she doesn't have huge biceps. So that's why you're getting a bigger range of motion or bend with that elbow. Wrist rotate all the way around. Can go down like that. Can go up like that. So she has nice mobility at the wrist. Of course, she has a cut at the chest, which makes her able to turn 360 right there, and kind of has good bit of movement there as well. So she can look back about that far and bend over about that far. Not much range going that way. She does turn at the hips as well, all the way around. She can do a nice split that way as well. Nice double jointed knees, so she can almost kick her own butt. Well, she can if you really press on it. She can kick her own butt because, again, skinnier leg, way more range of motion. Of course, she has the normal clicky ankle joints here, so they move all over the place, pretty nice. And she does have toe bends for those who are interested in that. Now, again, she does have these effects. It's just a big hole right there, so there's nothing really to do other than just slide the hand right in there, and boom, you have a flame effect on her hand. And that looks, that looks pretty cool. I won't display her with those on, well, I might. Just because she's in flame form, I might display her with these hands on. Because, yeah, I think she does look, she looks a little cooler in the flame mode with those FX pieces on. It does. Yeah, okay, honestly, you got me, McFarlane. That looks cool. Some final thoughts on this version of Fire. I would have preferred a fully painted version of Fire, but I get it. If this is the only one we ever get, I'll be happy because it is a Fire, and honestly, I didn't think that McFarlane would make this figure, but he's been surprising of late with other things that I didn't think he would make, like Clock King of all people. So I'm really digging this. It is, I guess, one of my favorites. One, because it is translucent plastic. I'm a sucker for it. And two, because it is one of the figures from the Justice League International that I really wanted in this line. So I have a little bit of bias on this figure. Let me know in the comment section if you purchased Fire or if you're gonna try and hold out for a painted version. You can follow me at dccollector.com each and every day. Join us at the McFarlane DC Multiverse group on Facebook. 22,000 fans and growing. And as always, God bless.